Okay, the next part of the topic on equations is a thing called literal equations. So we do have the word equations, but we're not going to get solutions per se. Okay, so what we normally have is we normally have formula that can be arranged to make a new subject. So for instance, if y equals a times b, okay, y is out the front, and we call that the subject of the formula. Okay. But just as equally, we could make A the subject, so A would equal y over B, or B would equal y over A. So whatever that is, if that was a formula, we could rearrange it and make a new subject, and these are called literal equations. Okay? So copy that and come across. So another one we'll do, say, area of a circle. Okay, so pi is a constant, but if we want to find r, so we'd have r squared equals a over pi, okay, and then r would equal plus or minus the square root of a over pi. Okay, so to get rid of a square, you square root, and there's two answers, plus or minus, but the answer can only be a plus, because in this context, radiuses can only be positive numbers. So even though there's a theoretical plus or minus, because of the context of the formula, okay, if there's context to it, you can sometimes eliminate one of the answers. So the answer is only plus a over pi, even though theoretically, if this wasn't context, the answer would have been plus or minus. Okay, copy that and come across. Okay, so all we have to do is just do opposites. So if you have a times, it becomes a divide. If you have a divide, it becomes a times. If you have plus, it becomes minus. Minus becomes plus. If you have if you have a square, it becomes a square root. If you have a square root, it becomes a square, etc., etc. Okay, so just got to remember, just got to do the opposite, but you have to do them in the right order. Okay, so we'll look at a few examples. Okay, so I'm getting these off the worksheet that you're going to be doing. So this is the first one. So that's some stupid formula, and we have to make a the subject. So these are just examples. Okay, so first thing you have to do is get rid of the square root. So AB equals c squared, and then a is just c squared over b. So obviously you can't get rid of the b because the b is inside the square root first. So get rid of the square root, then get rid of the b. I'm just picking questions at random. So we've got a equals x squared plus y squared, and we have to make x the subject. So the first thing you do is get rid of the plus y squared. So a minus y squared equals x squared, and so x will equal plus or minus the square root of a minus y squared. So you'll get used to the different types. So copy that and come across. Again, I'm just looking at some random ones. Okay, so h equals k over 2k plus 1, and we have to make k the subject. So this is one of the harder ones. Okay, so first thing you do is cross multiply. So h times 2k plus 1 equals k, and we've got k on both sides, so we've got to get them on the same side. So first I'll expand. So 2, stupid pen, hk plus h equals k, and then so therefore 2hk minus k plus h equals 0, and take the h across, so, and it's minus h. Then because we've still got k, we can make it a single k by factorising. So 2h minus 1 equals minus h. So k equals minus h, and divided by 2 minus 1, which is the correct answer. Or if we want to make it a plus, we could change the sign so it would be positive h, and then just reverse the order. So that would also be right. But that answer's right, and that answer's right if you don't like negatives. So that's one of the harder ones. I'm just looking at the worksheet. I'll just do one more. Just picking one out at random. X equals m over 5 minus n over 3, and we've got to make n the subject. Okay, so first all get the plus across, so x plus n on 3 equals m on 5. Lowest common denominator is 15, so therefore multiply through by 15, so 15x minus 5, n equals 3n, so m equals 15x minus 5n over 3, and strictly speaking you could factorise the top, so that answer's right, but also is that answer as well, so it just depends, both answers are right. Okay, so there's a worksheet on Moodle for that. Okay, bye.